Welcome to Tabletop Gaming Guild. Today we'll be unboxing Skulltail Full Sail. This is designed by David Eliskas and published by Ellipse Editorial and Van Ryder Games. For now, we're just looking at the base game. We'll look at the Mega Box expansion and the Kickstarter exclusives in a later video. It's probably immediately apparent that this is a pirate-themed campaign game. And unfortunately, with a lot of campaign games like this one, the rule books tend to be pretty long and intimidating. But generally, the rules aren't all that difficult. Giving you a nice art to look at every once in a while probably will help actually making it through this rule book. There's certainly a lot to learn, but hopefully they have like an ease-in option so you don't have to learn it all at the very start. The length of the index alone kind of tells you how much content's in this book. If you made it this far into the video, good on you, but rest assured, it's a campaign game, so it probably has a lot of rules in common with most other campaign games, and therefore, you can probably just skim through a lot of this content. First, it looks like we're looking at various monsters you can encounter. Basically, cheat sheets for each monster and what they do. And then okay, so enemies you can encounter on the seas on the reverse. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Player aids are always important. We do have adventure phase player, voyage phase player aid. Okay, so double-sided player aid. So a lot to learn. Okay, and then wow, the different locations. Two double-sided player aids. That's a lot of information that is required for just the basic. Next, we have the various characters you can play as. Cutthroat looks pretty interesting. Oh, but I love playing with like minions. So, which might be the one I go for? Well, these are all double-sided, but they're almost identical. Layout changed a little bit. The gold value changed as well, so I don't know if this is maybe for different player counts or maybe one was a higher level. I don't know. Art and layout is good. It's not mind-blowing, but it's good. Next we have standard components. You got some gems, some standard dice, and plastic coins, all of which had upgrade options in the Kickstarter that I didn't opt for. I much prefer metal coins over these plastics, but it's much more cost effective to just have a relatively generic set of metal coins that you can swap into various games. There's 5 different types of small cards. Let's see, we got incidents. That seems to be like things you can encounter. And then we have search. So things you can find when you're looking through the jungle and whatnot. Yeah. Art and layout are passable. Everything seems to be a little bit on the wordy end though. Next we have a relatively large pile of gear that you can acquire. Lots of options here, lots of mostly pretty standard swords and axes. Parrots and monkeys make sense for pirates. Yep. There's a good variety of things you can get. And then last we have what looks like cards for magic. So yeah, you have 2 magic characters in the base game, the witch, and then you have the voodoo guy. I'll probably play one of these 2 because I like, magic, and particularly like the witch because I like magic combined with minions, or in case pets in this case, spiritual pets. Okay, large cards. We have 8 different types of large cards. Oh, I missed one of the small decks. The legendary must be mixed with the search deck. Anyways, rumors. So different things you can pursue. We have captain assignments. So okay, 2 different types of mission cards. And the rest seem to be various events and where those events can take place. So these ones are market events. Makes sense. And then we have dock events. Okay, there are some repeat among the different events, it looks like, but that's alright. Mansion events, I would have thought these were like romance or like mansion was not what I was thinking with those, but okay. That was chapel events, and then we got tavern events. I think a lot of people were doing the tavern events when we play this. And voyage events. So yeah, it looks like there is a lot of things that can happen as you play this game, and they are colored by where you are when they happen. It's not entirely clear which side is up with this box of minis, and I definitely opened it up the wrong way. This game comes with 52 minis. All of them are nicely detailed. Lots of monsters for you to potentially fight. Let me see. It looks like there are a total of 40 different enemies that you can encounter throughout the game. There's a couple of most of them. And then there's some big ones that there's only 1 or 2 of. The hero minis are especially nice and detailed. Somebody who's skilled with the paints can really make those details shine. In other words, not me. Each mini does look very distinct, even the enemies. So I think you shouldn't have too much troubles differentiating on the board, especially with the little paint. Lastly, we have quite a few punch boards. Good thickness, they come out pretty cleanly. I do like that you flip the crates to see what's inside. It's a nice little detail that adds a little bit of immersion. It also looks like there's not going to be a board per se, but rather these modular map pieces. I really like the color palette. The choices make it look nice, but they're very readable as well. Unlike the variety of locations as well, it looks like there's going to be a lot to this game. I'm definitely getting the impression that this is that kind of game that I will probably never get through the entire campaign, but I will get a lot of enjoyable hours out of. I really like the little, looks like treasure maps on a couple of these. I'm really curious on how it handles the exploration element. That's, in my experience, been an element that is often done poorly, but when it's done well, really works. So that is all the contents for the base box. It's quite a lot there, but that's not everything. I'll be doing the expansions and some of the Kickstarter exclusive items in a future video. Overall, this looks really interesting, really promising. I see some elements taken from other games such as Mansions of Madness, so that definitely indicates that they have experience in the gaming hobby and hopefully know what they're doing. The big tell though is gonna be how well this game is written. But of course we'll get into that once I've played the game. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check us out on other social media such as Instagram and Facebook, and don't forget to like and subscribe.